it upside down today. So we're going to do the roundtables in your teams before coming back. So I plan on talking about dates for UDS for next year. Sprint dates for next year, so you guys can plan, vacation and honeymoon and whatever else you plan on doing next year. I plan on asking you guys about last-minute session additions. So we have a couple of actual slots in the afternoon, and some of us are leaving early, but most of us will be here all the time. So if you guys want to add additional sessions, and I have some candidate sessions that I'll ask you about. But during your roundtables, check out what's been discussed, if you need to have an additional session on something or so on. Or if you need to ask me anything else as well. And I just the last thing I want to talk about is what happens after UDS, the 3 weeks after UDS. Just a heads up, on the third week after UDS, we're going to run a set of public phone calls, public phone conferences, where the teams are going to review what their plans are. So we've come here to basically work out the plan and design the features. We're going to break up and actually do that work within the teams now for the next 2 weeks. And on the third week, we're going to run open conference calls where people can dial in, and basically the tech lead and the support team there is supposed to talk about what the features are and what we decided to do. So anything else you guys would like me to cover when we wrap up? All right. So let's break up and we'll meet at 20 to the hour. So in 40 minutes, let's meet up here again, and I'll go over these things. All right. Thanks, guys. You know the drill.
Actually, I thought I could sleep a bit for now. What do you think of it?
No, actually,
What do you think of part first?
Okay, let's get started. So, what happens after Linaro and UDS, after the 1105 UDS? So, three things I want to talk about. The first thing I think for us to remember is the most important, the public plan reviews. Let's talk about session additions, and in the end talk about the dates for next year. We haven't actually done like a full-year plan before, so it's the first time we're actually going to set up dates for the full year, and I hope people enjoy having the comfort of being able to plan around that. Last year was very last minute, all the plans. So, okay, after we finished here, the teams had basically 2 weeks to draft and create work items. So last time around, the last UDS, we were very lax and spotty about this. So this time around, we have 2 weeks. And I know people are going to plumbers after this. So people that have conferences or other travel books for next week, that only gives you really 1 week to finalize this. So I recommend you spend some time with your team today and kick off the process and explain how this is done so people are able to do it, even if the lead is absent for a couple of days. We'll start on the week of November 8th, and we have 7 of these calls to do. I think we should only do 1 call a day, and I think around, well, I'm not sure about the time exactly, but it should be a time which is fair. I think it should be around, 2 to 4 p.m. UTC. I think that's equally bad for people that are on the far side, and it's good for me in Brazil in particular. I looked through the timing, and I think this is where most of the people there fit into a reasonable time zone. I think this is a ridiculous time for Michael Hoku. Is that right? Yeah.
So what day is it?
Every day, starting November 8th.
Okay.
And then 8, 9, until the Tuesday of the other week. And I put up a draft page with details here. For you to book your call as a lead, talk to either Ian or Munir. Could you guys stand up just so they know who you are? Ian and Munir. So Ian is Ian Smith, I think, on IRC. And Munir is B.S. beside us on IRC. So talk to them and get those calls scheduled. And we'll run this this will be a public session. So there'll be instructions there. Participants will come in muted. They can ask questions on IRC. This is the detail on the page. We're just talking about how the process will work. So people will dial in, they'll ask questions on IRC, and the lead and people that are supporting the lead can go in and talk about the actual individual blueprints and the work items there. So starting week of November 8th, for the 7 days after that, we'll do a call a day. All right.
Sorry, is it 1 call per working group?
That's right, one call per technical topic area. So it's not really one call per working group, it's one call per technical topic. It's more or less one-to-one there.
And do you want all tech leads at all meetings?
No, not all tech leads have to be on all meetings. Okay, that's very good. Not all tech leads need to be on all meetings. You can be on the meetings that you're interested in, but the meetings which you're not running, you're there as a spectator.
Okay. And you should bring in some working group people as support if needed.
Right, especially if this is at a ridiculous hour for you, you can designate somebody else to run that. I don't know.
Oh, no, I said, sorry, do we want to hold a working group there on that working call?
They don't have to all be there.
Okay.
They don't have to all be there. It may be better for them to be there if they're going to be surprised with something which is on the plan, but I don't think they should be, right? Okay, session additions. So we're going to do a Launchpad Bazaar tips and tricks session at 5 p.m. In 1R7. So it's the last session of the day. People that are not familiar with it are interested in figuring out how to work around this or that problem there. And there are problems with every single tool on the planet. So we're there.
5 or 4.
What's that?
5 o'clock or 4?
It's 4:15.
Really? Because we have to wait.
It is a big part of it, yeah.
Sorry about that. Let me see. There's an LTT and GS Perf session that was added yesterday, so it's 11 o'clock in this room here in Parasal 1. So talking about tracing and the future of those tools. There's going to be an Android build session. I've approved it as a blueprint, but it hasn't shown up in the scheduler. I'll schedule it in the next hour, and it will show up on the board, so if you're interested, you're right there. And what else do we want to do? So talk to either Jamie Bennett or to me right after this, and we'll make sure that if you have a blueprint that it's approved and scheduled. If you don't want to add a blueprint, I'll just put a schedule in directly. So let's do that after here. What ideas that people have for additional sessions there? I had some ideas I wanted to ask, but did something show up in your roundtable that you wanted to build? Louis?
Well, I did a bunch yesterday, so.
Yeah.
But today we have web presentation on the collaborative on the kernel development workflow.
Yeah.
Which is right now, this presentation.
Okay.
I think that the only session related to kernel which I did today.
Okay. Do we want to do a follow-up session on the device tree stuff?
Yeah, there are a couple of sessions which were not wrapped up properly.
Yeah.
So we could have one on device tree. My main problem is I don't have someone leading the device tree common efforts. I have lots of volunteers for doing device-specific work on device tree.
Yeah.
And we don't have a person overarching the device tree stuff at the moment.
We could use that such a flush, but also nominate somebody or find somebody.
Okay, so.
Okay, so we'll add that one in. We could do yet another cross-build session if we wanted. No? Nobody has the guts. Alright. Anything else that came up which is worth discussing or mentioning that you're interested in, Michael?
Not a technical topic, but one thing I'm confused about is how do the landing team plans feed into the work group plans? Because particularly you're going to do some aiming, you need a board with 8, 9 idiots, so how does that all fit together?
We'll add
I've had quite a bit of feedback saying, well, what boards are you supporting?
Scott, how busy are you today? How busy is Scott today?
There's one meeting next.
Yeah, I'm in the meeting.
We're going to squeeze it in, but probably yes.
So we'll do an hour in the afternoon for that. So. Anything else? Graphics, multimedia? No, you guys have it nailed? Yeah?
Great.
Okay.
2-0.
All right. Oh, Steve?
We're good.
Yeah? All right. So for next year, we're going to do the first mid-cycle rally the week of January 10th in Dallas. People have been there for the UDS last year, so that there's only one good restaurant in the whole city. And we're in
That's okay, we've taken care of that. It doesn't benefit anymore. So, we got rid of that problem for you.
Better book it.
I'm not saying this very well. I will be there, and all of you will be there as well. So we'll see each other in a very short period of time. We'll do the 11-11. I hadn't thought about that, but it's actually a pretty cool number. The 11-11 Linaro UDS will be week of May the 9th. And the location is not yet known. What's that?
Budapest.
Is it Budapest?
Mariana says so.
Budapest. Oh, very good. That's information. So Budapest. Wow. On May the 9th. Okay. People that are going to Linaro UDS, plan vacation before UDS. Don't plan it after UDS. It's very bad to have vacation after UDS because you forget everything you discussed here. So if you're going to do vacation, do it before UDS. Before UDS is fine. Just do the planning ahead of time. Make sure your sessions are scheduled.
You mean immediately before and immediately
Right.
afterwards?
Right, exactly. Sorry.
It's a long time.
If you want, don't do, when I say it's don't take vacation the week immediately after UDS. I've done that before, and I've forgotten my memory is particularly bad, but I've forgotten every promise I made during UDS, and I regretted it for 6 months after that.
It's good to have the
What
two
to do
weeks
first?
drafting and then there's a bit of written order.
There's a mid-cycle rally, and I think we're going to do this one separate from the Ubuntu mid-cycle rally, because the Ubuntu one is in June, and it's too close to UDS, I feel. So we'll do this one a bit over 2 months after UDS. And there's no location specified here. I suggested, this is the week of OSCON.
We're doing it separate then.
Yeah, we'll do that rally separate from UDS, because the other one is too close. I think the reason they're not doing it in July is because of holidays, I think. So they're going to do it in June before the July and August holidays. But I don't want you guys to take holidays anyway, so we'll do it. So just plan around that. People that have families that intend to take time off there, just remember that date there. And then the 1205 Linaro UDS is October 24th, and I assume it will be back here in North America. Normally we do that, but like the beginning of the year, we'll do it somewhere in Europe, and the end of the year. Do you want to say something?
Do you have these events in the Linaro events calendar?
And these events have been added to the Linaro events calendar. An amazing display of foresight. I've added them there. And I think that's it.
Did you say something about the location of the rally? Like, you said you were about to say something about OSCON.
Oh, that's right. So the OSCON, the dates that we chose for the rally there are the same dates as OSCON. So we could do it in Portland. I don't know what people think there. Paul, do you think it's a good idea or not to run it there? I've been to OSCON before. Yeah, I've been to OSCON before. I'm just not sure if the venue where they hold it is the right place for us to hold a rally as well. If they have enough conference space.
The rally is the same as a sprint or something.
It's a sprint. It's just a long sprint.
So the Ubuntu team did a sprint previously in Portland. So we do have some familiarity with other hotel venues, and I don't know.
The question is, do we do it at the OSCON venue or not? That's the question.
Yeah, that seems like
Anyway, we'll think about
But
that.
doing it in the city seems reasonable.
Yeah. All right. So people that want to schedule sessions after this, talk to Jamie and I. And thanks very much. We have a wrap-up today at 5 o'clock. Apparently, I'm supposed to go and do something there, so we'll talk for the last time there. And then you guys are off free from me.
What goes on at the rally?
Well, at the rally. So the UDS is a planning meeting. So we sit down here, and there's not a lot of implementation. We sit down and write plans, figure out designs, think about what we're going to do for the next cycle. The rally is an actual development work. So we sit down and we're supposed to go in and set up work items and knock them all off. So it's about development, review, integration, actually doing stuff. Collaboration. This is it's a great opportunity for you to pair a program, work with somebody in some area which you haven't worked before. If you're having difficulty in one thing and you think it's important to have everybody together to show what it's looking like and to get feedback, then it's a great opportunity. But it's basically a week of working together. And that's it. So I'll see you guys at 5 p.m. Thanks very much.